So you might be wondering why we're not in BFD and standing in Ogrimmar. Well, the simple answer is we are currently at a total of, when this loads, 200 runs. Well, almost. But obviously, it has been a little bit of time since the last episode, and there's a reason for that. There's actually multiple reasons. But before we do get into that, make sure that you guys join the giveaway for this episode, which is 2 months of game time. Now, it's a little bit of a spoiler because, number one, like the video to be able to join up for the giveaway, but number two, I want you guys to type a comment down below of what zone we should go to next, because we have reached the goal. We have 148,000 in our bag, and we have 241,000 gold in our inventory. Now, on the auction house right now, the WoW token is 388k. This means, looting all of this, we are going to be able to reach the goal. Now, as you can see, all of the sales that we have gotten here of the really valuable ones are the blues. And some of them I have sold for absolutely nothing. And I decided to do this because we're not here for a long time. We're here to try and get as much value out of the dungeon as possible. As you can see, it's the Grimclaw, it's the Axe of the Enforcer, it's the Crested Scepters, Doomspikes, Grimclaws, Onyx Claymore, Grimclaw. Again, another Axe of the Enforcer. Selling those two for 38,000 each is awesome. And then Grimclaw as well here. Lots of Staff of the Briar, and then a couple hundred gold value on the Mogs here. But there's nothing besides this, and I actually want to make sure that I get this looted up, because I want to be able to actually buy the token so we don't have any issues with that. Because the token has actually been over 400k for multiple days, which is one of the other reasons why I've been waiting a little bit. We're going to go ahead and purchase it. There we go. So we have unlocked the opportunity to leave Ashenvale. Now, as for our slash played, it is currently 15 days and 7 hours and 50 minutes. So this particular zone actually in overall time took a little bit less than what it was for the Barons. I actually just want to make sure, because I gotta be 100% certain, because I think it was like 11 hours and some change, like 11 hours and 16, or no, not 11 hours, 11 days and 16, no, 11 days, 20 hours, and 43 minutes. So that means we can take this and minus it by, what, 13? Yeah, 13. So in total, it would normally be 4 times 24, but we can remove those 13 hours. So in total, we spent 83 hours in Ashenvale. You know, this is actually, everything considered, 83 hours is pretty good, because in the Barons, we actually ended up spending 100 hours. So spending 83 hours to get 388,000 is pretty good, because it's about 4k-ish gold per hour. So I'm actually pretty happy with it. It did take a little bit longer than expected just because of the dungeon runs. And as for BFD, again, we did approximately 200 runs, and most of the actual value that we got out of that zone is just BFD. I did almost nothing in the open world, so out of about 200 runs, we got all of that value, which is absolutely amazing. But again, I was yapping about this earlier with the giveaway, but what I want you guys to do right now is type a comment down below about the particular zone that but that I will be going to next. Whichever one you think that I should venture to is the one that you should type down in the comments below. Now, I have talked about it a little bit, and one is I have opened up the use of Zeppelins, and I have also opened up the use of boats. So right now, that means we have access to the boats here in Ratchet, and we have access to the Zeppelins here in Ogrimmar. So the zones, obviously, that can take us to Borean Tundra. It can take us to Stranglethorn Vale. And then it can also, if we're using this Zeppelin as well, we can technically also go to the War Within. But I do want to keep it to some of the older zones. So that one in particular, we're going to hold off on for now. So, again, because this boat and ratchet obviously also goes to Stranglethorn Vale. So what this means is we can go to Borean Tundra, we can go to Stranglethorn Vale, or we can go to Mount Hyjal, we can go to Fellwood, we can go to Darkshore, we can go to Stone Talon Mountains, or we can go to Ashara. We can technically also, because we've completed Barrens, we can also go to Dustwillow Marsh, we can also go to Thousand Needles. Mulgore is not open because it's another starting zone, and then we're up back to Stone Talon Mountains again. So we have quite a lot of options here. As for what the next zone is going to be, another piece of information for you guys, because this is obvious, as you guys know, this episode took a little bit to come out, and the other reason, besides the fact that we were waiting for sales and also just dilly-dallying, waiting around for the token to actually go down a little bit because it's been ridiculously high, is I've been playing a little bit of Mob Classic. Now, I know for sure that I'm not going to do that too much because we have 11.2 right around the corner in a couple of weeks. So that's also going to be taking some of my time away, so we're not going to be doing that too much. But whichever zone that you guys end up voting for is the one that we will be going into. Obviously, I'll give you guys a couple of days to actually finish up the voting. I'll probably also make some sort of voting poll on the channel under posts, like under the community section on the channel. So if that's something that you guys are interested in, make sure that you go check that out. Actually, the other thing that I wanted to show you guys, since we are here, I have not yet showed it, but we do have the secondary alt. And something that I thought about now that we're moving on to other zones, I guess we can actually, now that I think about it, since we're going to Borean Tundra, we do have access to Northrend, which means the Traveler's Tundra Mammoth is very close to being a thing. But again, what I wanted to do with this secondary alt is I actually wanted to do something with the gold that we have. And right now we are at 32,702 gold. And as for what we have right here in the mailbox since the last episode, we have 19,195 gold. And as you can see, it's a lot of, really random Mog that we have had held over from the Barrens. Now, all of the Mog that I actually have left over from Ashenvale will go straight to this tune, which means that the auction house is going to get even more stacked than it already is. I don't have that many things on here, but we still do have 434 posted auctions. You can actually see, since the last time I posted here, we've actually had, in the last half an hour, we've had another 2.5k in sales, but we're going to let that sit for whenever we check this tune next. But that's cool. We're going to get a couple of 100 additional auctions on top of this secondary alt. But I think I'm going to make some goals as for what we can use this gold for. If I don't end up using gold in particular, fashions for something for this challenge tune, then we're probably just going to use it for giveaway gold or something. I don't know. If you guys have any great ideas for what we could use that for, any good goal ideas, or maybe, I don't know, something, right? Because the gold in itself, I don't really need it, because my main characters, I mostly can just buy whatever I want. So it doesn't actually matter what that gold goes for. I just think it would be fun to use it for something on this challenge. Now, as for this tune, we actually have another 424 posted auctions on this tune. So we're actually going to double the amount of auctions that we have on the secondary alt whenever this does, expire, because I did actually just post this not too long ago. But that's where we've made it to. We have unlocked yet another zone, which means we've completed Durotar, we've completed Barrens, and then we have also completed Ashenvale. There's a lot of different options for what the next zone could take us into. I think it would be really fun to go to one of the higher level ones, whether that means Mount Hyjal as for some Cataclysm, or if that means Northrend for some Wrath the Lich King. I think it'd be fun in terms of changing up the loot tables a little bit, and also the gathering opportunities. And whether or not we get a dungeon obviously has a huge impact on how long a zone can take. But again, I'll leave that up to you guys. We'll see where the votes go. Make sure that you remember to actually type a comment down below for the zone that you want us to go to next. So again, I appreciate you guys for hanging out, watching, and chilling as always, and all the support in this series has been absolutely amazing so far, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys choose next. But again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.